feel like sometimes when we go into coaching, people are like, okay, but what would that look like if it was just a little bit more chill and laid back? Okay, we are here. Today is May 16th, 2024, and let's talk about the update. I just recently posted a blog talking about my summer plans and my summer offerings. But I also wanted to, and I'll link it below. So if you want to read it, you can go ahead and read it. But I wanted to give you guys an update as to where I am with everything. So yeah, so as of today, I have a few focus. Number one, I am still doing my coaching, specifically more with passion projects, and helping folks really integrate that life, whether that be a passion project or actually launching a small side hustle, anything that gets you to really interacting with things that you love to do. I'm still coaching on that. I've been really blessed to work with a lot of different partners, including the latest partnership with Your Place Therapy. So I'm really excited about that. Um, and it made me think about kind of my summer offerings. And for the last few years, my offerings has been pretty much the same. And I really wanted to incorporate something new. So as of earlier this year, one word that really stuck out to me that I haven't really gotten back into is that of fun. And I wanted to do something a little different with the season. So right now we're kind of, at the tail end of spring, and soon enough, summer is going to be here. And if y'all ever heard me talk about energy management and the different seasons in life, summer is that season of being outside. It's that just action. It's that fun. It's the adventure. And so when I thought about some of my offerings, what I wanted to try out was that of tarot and coaching at the same time. And so this is only going to be for summer. Will it come back? I don't know. But it's definitely not going to replace the Balanced Blueprint by any means. Perhaps it'll inform new practices within that entire coaching program. But I wanted to give people an opportunity to get a feel for what coaching is, but do it in a really fun way. And so I live in New York City, specifically Queens. And I wanted to be outside. And a few years ago, a client of mine found out that I just did tarot and was like, wait, you do tarot for groups sometimes? Like, yeah. It's like, how about you come by Central Park and just read for my friends as a farewell, a gift from her to them. And I was like, okay, let's do this. And that was just really fun for me, being outside, sitting in the park, and just having this beautiful picnic and just reading for folks. But what I've often found when I've done these tarot readings is it ends up becoming a coaching session, whether they realize it or not. Because after reading it, it's like, okay, so what do I do? And obviously, I'm not going to let someone go like, well, without giving them some type of structure advice. And so I was thinking that this summer, I wanted to get out of the house more. And what better way than go to Central Park, sit there and just do just a general reading. This is definitely like coaching. It can be one session, it can be multiple sessions. For me, if there's some really big changes that you want to make in your day to day, I think at least 3 is necessary. But if you've never tapped into coaching or don't really understand what it's like, I think this is such a great and fun way to do it. So in New York City, I wanted to meet at Central Park where we set up a really nice picnic and have this experience of just informal and not, because I feel like sometimes when we go into coaching, people are like, okay, we're going to do this. And it is part of that. Coaching is all about doing action and taking action and making things happen. But what would that look like if it was just a little bit more chill and laid back? And so the spread that I'll do is very simple. It's going to, and if you follow me on Instagram, you've probably heard of this, of the rate yourself, mind, body, and spirit. Because when we live our life, that's pretty much kind of like our holistic snapshot of how we are. Our well-being is, how is your mind? How is your body? And how is your spirit? So those are the larger objects. And within that, there's, different pieces and dimensions of that. But for the most part, if we just simply just take a quick snapshot, and I think mind, body, and spirit, or mind, body, and soul is part of it, it gives you a good just assessment of where you are now, and then the ways that you can move forward with balancing that out. And so we'll use a tarot card for that, and we'll use a little bit of coaching. And coaching is all about you. And something that I will also wanted to do oftentimes, or not often, this is the way it is in my practice, is not only coaching, but it's also consultation. So you'll actually have me kind of telling you what I did so that it is a playbook or a best practice for you. In this session of like tarot in the park, I'm removing myself from that. And so what I essentially wanted to do was seeing how tarot, and for me, I personally use it as a way to reconnect with something larger. And so that is an aspect that I really wanted to push a little bit more, because I find it valuable. And so with this session, it's how do I step back and not be part of, hey, this is the playbook that I use, but being more about inquiring from the client's perspective of the actions that are needed to take with the inspiration and with the guidance from the tarot. So I always feel that, writing with your pen is kind of like the wand, but sometimes you need a little bit of guidance. And sometimes this higher being, this higher spiritual power is part of that. And I really enjoy tarot as an aspect of that communication with us. And so, anyways, I don't know if that sounded a little cray-cray, but that's where I'm at now. And in terms of my Etsy store and also incense, that's still going on. I'm really proud of that. Also, I'm now a lot more open in doing incense workshops. So that is an opportunity that I do want to explore as well, is how can I bring incense into like an incense making workshop, but more not from a workshopy point, but also from a more like hosting, right? So if you were to host your friends over, instead of, typically a game night, we would do an incense making night. And so I wanted to explore what that would look like. And that is something that I put out there as well. And yeah, so that's where I am now. And that's it. Oh yeah. For those of you who really, really know what's going on in my life, yes, I am still doing companion work, caregiving work, and really excited with that. I don't know why I say really excited about that. That's just, yeah, it's something that, well, I am excited because the person that I work with is really cool and really amazing. So anyways, that's it. Yeah, I hope this gave y'all a quick update.